I'm a big fan of the CIS Dota in general. I feel like it's just got so many great personalities. Like on the other side, Lil and Funnick, these guys are hilarious. I love these guys. Lil, I think, is an amazing player. He's, you know, very controversial.
Of course.
Funnick as well is just like...
Funnick has been
he's
controversial for different reasons. Yeah, exactly.
I feel like
the
Funnick's
Moon Lord, of course.
The 1%.
The 1%, yeah.
I mean, the fact these two are on the same team, you gotta love HellRaisers, right?
Well, and what's so interesting
Or hate
is
him.
King R, I feel like, sort of, whenever I see him, he, like, exudes sort of calm, you know? So he's, like, sort of this blanket that's trying to just, like, envelop these two problem children and be like, I'll give you some love, you know? I'll make your life a little better, and we'll win some Dota together.
And then Nyx, I think, has been probably the longest on HellRaisers.
Yeah.
So, even though I feel like this has been either like a Lil or Funnick kind of roster, I think Nyx was the consistent player on the HellRaisers tag for...
Brought them together,
right?
Kinda, yeah. Hellraisers were at a Dota Summit event when we did a minor, and Nyx was here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. But I don't think any of the other 4 players were on the team then.
Yeah.
Maybe Kasani?
I don't know where Kasani came from. He may have been also HellRaisers.
Yeah, his name's familiar, but I don't know
Did
if
he
it's for
did he have a
HellRaisers.
favorite thing that he liked to eat here? I'm always curious about that with the players.
Some
people have like really unique
I feel
things
like
that they
all
like.
the non-American players love Uncrustables.
Yeah.
They love the Uncrustable concept or whatever. Anytime I talk to the foreign players, that seems to be the go-to.
I remember the HellRaisers teams wanted a lot of just like healthy fruit and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Players have been on the health kick, I think, realizing that the good eating helps you play well.
It's true.
Something I know OG were big on as well.
Right. Okay, I don't like Yellow Submarine's draft anymore.
You don't like the old Invoker?
So you're saying you don't like Invoker?
Invoker's sick on this patch, I feel.
I like Invoker sort of. I guess whenever I think about it, it feels like there's a lack of damage that's going to be there because you have to go plus Wax, right?
Yeah.
And then outside of that, you've got the Spectre that doesn't really have that much damage early also, and then an IO. So like none of these heroes really have particularly great control. Invoker's kind of like wonky, weird control, and like really good for like a single target type of thing. And then the rest of it is like kind of team fight, but not really. It's like pick-off oriented, but not really. I don't know. I feel like if HellRaisers play fast here, it's going to be really tough for them.
They don't have an extreme amount of damage on HellRaisers either yet, though. We saw the issues with Mars being a core damage dealer in the previous series, where you can provide some control, but whenever you're trying to finally get some kills, that's going to be an issue. Although Storm Spirit can solve some of those issues.
That's interesting, because now I guess Viper is being played in the...
Dude, it's going to be a support Viper.
4 role? Like a Viper Mars lane?
I have seen some support Viper. I don't think it's good. But I
mean, against the Spectre.
I mean, you're picking it for the break. It doesn't matter if it's a core
True.
or a support. I mean, it kind of does. I mean, actually, it affects a lot.
Yeah.
4-position Viper, this hero doesn't do what normal 4-position... Like,
you have no stuns.
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if you
You
just
have no playmaking potential.
I wonder if you just try and like bully with poison attack in the lane or something. Although it's not as good as it used to be for that
It's
either.
not.
Yeah,
and you don't have like the mana to support it if you're a 4-position.
There was a patch where the support Viper was a thing because poison attack had like a super low mana cost.
Yeah.
It got nerfed very quickly. The support Viper had a good 2 month of wrecking pubs.
Yeah, even like support Clinks was like that also, and then the Fire Arrow's mana cost got nerfed.
I guess they could switch it up still and do like a Viper 1 or something.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the same problem as the 4 Viper. It doesn't do like what a 1 position is meant to do. It doesn't really carry the game, but...
He's got a 70 damage talent.
Yep.
You know, you can punch with them. Get in there. No? Okay.
It's just like the hero doesn't have any skills that really enable it as a right-click and carry. Like, you're going to get controlled, you have to go BKB, and during your BKB, are you really doing that much damage? Not like there's any other carry will do more.
Yeah.
You're better picking a Drow Ranger at that point. Slardar, great pick. We've seen a lot of this IO Slardar. Gives them a fighting hero, gives them a way to do more. This kind of solves their damage problem.
Yeah.
Now both Invoker and Spectre with the Corrosive Haze is just going to actually hurt people.
I like this a lot more now.
Yeah. Gives them a stun for the Storm. I imagine their last pick support, assuming it's a support, is going to have another stun or a bit of lockdown for Storm as well.
Where do you go?
If they have an Earth Spirit player, I'd be down for an Earth Spirit.
Yeah. Tusk could be kind of neat too. Is that banned?
it is not.
10 seconds remaining.
Although, so you could like hypothetically roll through and save somebody from Static Storm or something, maybe. I don't know.
I think you also theoretically need a hero that secures the lane for Spectre.
You don't think Aya Spectre is what they're gonna do? You think it's Slardar Spectre?
I think they do the Io with the Slardar in the off lane, but
10 seconds
both is
remaining.
possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Some kind of,
5
you know,
seconds
we're seeing these
remaining.
5-position strength heroes, the ETs, the Undyings.
Yeah, but I want to disable.
Yeah, that's
Right.
getting
And-
both of those is
Dire
kind of tricky.
team pick.
No disable.
Okay.
Oh,
Hello.
man. You know, spicy stuff happening here in CIS
It
Dota.
happens.
You know, sometimes
happens
you
to the
get
best
10
of
pick
them.
brooded.
In the chest.
Jesus.
What's the counterplay? There's nothing, right?
You put Abba as a core and send it mid? I don't know. That doesn't sound like a counterplay to me, but they're considering it because no one's picked Abba yet.
And no one's clicked Invoker. Yeah, exactly. Wow, that is.
They're just, can we play Invoker support? They're asking.
I do think Toronto Tokyo is their support player.
I think they
Okay.
may have just swapped it. No,
No.
Pajkatt's this.
Yeah. Okay. Now
Is
okay.
Io a core? What's happening?
I don't remember now. I should probably research this, but it's okay because we'll figure it out. One of you hit up the Wikipedias while we try to make a heads or tails out of this whole draft.
And it's Mars position 4,
It's Mars position 4.
I believe.
So we're gonna figure out what the deal is with these rosters, what the deal is with the 10th pick Broodmother, and you are gonna go to a quick break as we return for game number 1. All right, we have calibrated all of our oscilloscopes and equipment down here in the bunker, and yeah, it's gonna be a mid Invoker played by Toronto Tokyo going up against the Broodmother. Well, no, okay, maybe so. It's a core Invoker. Don't know where he's going yet, but he does not want to have to go up against the Broodmother. That's for sure.
Yeah, so is this a mid Spectre?
Looks like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. He may get some help from Pajkatt. We'll see, because
Well, so Dispersion is going to return the damage in physical to the spiders, and they don't have the armor anymore, right? They
30
have magic
seconds
resistance
to battle.
instead, so it's not enough damage probably still, though.
No. I mean, at most, the dispersion just helps you stay alive a little bit longer.
Right.
But you're still going to need Dagger to get out of truly critical situations just for the move speed, even though Broodmother will follow you up and down cliffs.
this is where our neutral item tier rating gets called into question. Where-
Poor man's
yeah.
shield.
Oh.
If
We ranked it D tier, I think.
I believe so. It's about to be S in this game,
Yeah.
if they get it.
Spectre's hoping for one.
As we get 3 bounty runes, Kaysani scoops that from underneath Collapse's Slardar.
I love CIS teams and picking Disruptor. Absolutely iconic. They
Make a
love
more
this hero.
iconic duo.
It's great that it's cool that these regions have these signature heroes
Yeah.
that they just will always stick to. I feel like that's something that will just never change with CIS Dota, is that they love Disruptor.
And it's interesting, too, because part of it's the playstyle, but I think part of it also is, like, I don't know, I guess when you see it so often because, like, the top players in your region are playing it as well, it sort of fits also.
Like, you know, if you're a new player of the region, I guess you look up to the...
See solo.
Yeah,
Right.
you look up to the older players in your region, what they're playing, you're like, oh, I'm going to learn from them, you know? You're a young CS player, you're going to learn from Solo, you're going to learn from people like Pajkatt, who play the Disruptor. And
So Yatoro took Dagger at 1, took the range creep, and Nyx was taking spawn spiderlings, so no web regen yet, but that equation will change significantly as we move forward. And now bot lane, it's a Viper versus Invoker with the Abaddon supporting and a Mars supporting, I guess.
we get, what's that?
So
fun?
4 Mars?
Yeah.
4 Mars.
Very interesting. Abba's trying to stay as far away so that way the Invoker can get whatever experience he possibly can. And this is probably going to be a... I mean, how bad do you win the lane as Brood? I guess you're just going to be like AFK farming, right?
Yeah, I don't think you actually win the lane at the start. It's going to be... Spectre's going to farm fine, as we're seeing here.
Right.
But at some point, Brood with levels just, like you say, farms. Will farm jungle, and level 7, you can bully the Spectre out of lane. So at some point, you can bully the Spectre, but for now, it will be a even lane where you're just trading farm.
Right. Seems reasonable.
The thing is that Spectre does not transition into the jungle very easily. And so whenever Brood starts cutting the lane or starts invading your jungle, because sometimes what will happen is the mid laners will just trade jungles. The Radiant will go to the Dire Triangle, and Broodmother will just take the Radiant like mid lane area. But Spectre cannot farm the jungle.
And none of these 3 Radiant cores push out lanes well, which is a big problem against Brood. You have like no AoE wave clear. And also, not very good catch. Like, the other way of dealing with Brood is just being able to have, like, a forward position or somebody, like a Bat Rider, just roam and gank and deal with the Brood. But who actually ganks this Brood? Like, Slaughter with a Blink Cam, but I feel like that comes way too late.
Yeah.
Spectre doesn't have any teammates to enable the Haunt ganks, really. I guess just the Invoker with the Quas Wex, but yeah, this just feels like a very tough game for Yellow Submarines in terms of the draft. Not impossible, though.
They're really identifying on HellRaisers that that's what they need to do. They need to put the pressure onto this Invoker down bottom, and already they're kind of making things a little bit tough. And if Abba has to come over and like sort of babysit, that means he's soaking up the experience, and Invoker's not going to come online as quickly.
Man, that Viper really looked like a Bat Rider.
I know, I saw that too.
I was getting hyped. I was like, we got a Funnic Bat Rider. I was like, wait a second, don't pick Bat Rider.
Even when he's not.
It was all orange, and then it shot out another toxin. I was like, wait a second.
That's the wrong kind of sticky stuff.
No good.
Yeah, that does not.
Yeah, this was the Dire Tide set, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's actually really
It's pretty
bad.
fresh. Yeah, I know.
What the hell?
That is the most
Glance
hero
value?
You say that
skin I've actually ever seen.
If you look through the Dire Tide ones, there's some other also dramatic ones also. I don't remember what the other hero was.
I mean, it looks cool. I'm not hating on it. It's just it legit 100% thought it was Bat Rider.
It doesn't look like Viper, yeah.
Disruptor goes and gets the first blood kill on Io. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, Toronto Tokyo on the Invoker gets a pick off on Lil, and Funnic will return the favor with a kill on a Bat, and both supports go down.
Is it like a turtle? It looks like a turtle.
He has like a cloaca of sorts.
Bless you.
I don't know.
What did you say?
I've never heard that word in my life before.
Oh, consider yourself lucky then.
Cloaca.
Don't repeat it, please. A Funnic shield immediately gets popped. Toronto Tokyo on the run. These poison attacks stacking up.
Wait, serious question. Is Toronto Tokyo the best Dota 2 nickname?
It's one of the best.
Dota right now?
Legitimately one of the best.
Yeah, that is an insanely good nickname.
What was there was one in NA that came out recently.
Really? NA usually has terrible names.
God, it was I'm going to look it up real quickly because it's worthwhile. It's really, really good.
For the old crown, I always liked what Purge had also agreed that Dogfights had one of the best names from China.
Yeah.
That
He's
one's a
the
great
coach
one.
now.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him.
I feel like that you're potentially getting a little too controversial with the dogfights.
Obviously, talking about the air combat terminology, where it's vehicles in the air.
Yeah.
Of course.
There's some entertaining ones. Like So Bad I always find funny. Like kind of like how like Alliance with My Nuts was funny. But,
it's true.
But Toronto Tokyo just sounds sick.
It does sound sick.
All right, I've almost found it.
And he's hanging in there. Fourth in last hits. As this 4-position Mars is kind of bullying. And he gets a cold snap off.
Oh.
2 stacks of the curse. Miposhka's not going to be able to finish it off, though. And top lane, big chase. Managed to take down King Air. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I feel like I remember asking someone. I think it was King Air, not King R.
Oh no, that's what I always call him.
Yeah, I had always done it too, and it also just rolled off the tongue. But then there was King RD, and then I was like, well, now I don't know which one.
That's fair. All right, well, I can't find the name of it anymore.
That's a shame.
Oh, it was Italiano Gangsta.
Oh, that's pretty good. Whoa,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that one. But Toronto Tokyo under siege from this Bat Rider Viper. But the Quas regen will be able to sustain.
It is not a good time right now for the Invoker. He missed out on the Broodmother only to run into a Viper that is just giving him a world of hurt.
Which, for what it's worth, Spectre's doing fantastic right now.
And I guess Invoker's still getting good CS.
So bad, so dead. Goes down to the surprisingly combat-heavy top lane between this Disruptor and the Storm Spirit.
Yeah, this draft ended up like making some very interesting moves, like Storm in the safe lane because of the last big Brood. working out just fine. You've got the Invoker playing in the safe lane as well, having a bit of a rough time, but yeah, both teams having to make some serious adjustments.
Bash comes out. Kaysani
Wow.
Okay.
gets killed.
A little bit of a lag. Looks like everything's fine.
I'm shocked that Spectre is able to play the lane this much.
Yeah, Spectre's crushing it.
I would have thought that the Spiralings would have just eaten the Spectre alive, but that does not seem to be the case.
The CS showing not the full story because net worth wise they're fairly similar place.
So, you know what it probably is? It's the mixture of the dispersion and the damage block that they have naturally.
Yeah, Broodmother had always fallen off a little bit because of that, but yeah, the dispersion is having a much bigger impact. Because even the Spiralings are getting quite low. Like once a dagger comes out, they're at like half HP, and then they can't keep sieging with the dispersion. There's now more bashes onto Kaysani. He's level 6 though, so he's able to jump around a little bit, and he will kill the IO. Where meanwhile, Spectre in the mid lane gets speared and killed.
Big battle. Warfric Kaysani in some trouble. Punches, needs a few more hits. And it does not look like he'll have enough to bring down the storm. Find that kill, and just like that again, HellRaisers looking like they're kind of in control here, at least to some extent. I mean, I feel like if you get into the later stages of this game with the Storm Spirits that's like kind of out of control with no lockdown, how do you kill this guy?
Yeah, but also he's the only hero that really goes well late.
Yeah.
The rest of HellRaiser's draft do not look like they want to go past 40 minutes.
Yeah. Right.
Which is unfortunate because other than Broodmother, they're also not great at pushing. But yeah, I'm with you. If this Kaysani continues to go unchained, then that could be massive problems for Yellow Submarine.
Well, and there's sort of that question too of like maybe you can hit the timing around the stage when the Orchid comes out for the Storm Spirit, when you really start making moves around the map and like find pick off. Could be a bit tough. I think Funnick was just like, yeah, I'll take that. I don't care.
Some dueling over this stack. Broodmother approaches that top net worth along with Storm Spirit. Now Spectre's kind of like, I don't really know where to go now.
Yeah, I think the Spec able to hold her own in the mid lanes definitely helped them. The problem is, yeah, it feels like the Spectre is now their playmaker and the hero who has to protect the mid lane.
Yeah.
And also getting ganked. Like, this is meant to be your hard carry, and unfortunately for Yatora, there's so much burden on his shoulders.
And he got a D-tier neutral item, the Broom Handle, not helping. Meanwhile, Broodmother gets the Iron Talon.
Don't worry, there's still more to come.
There's
Get
more
that
to come.
4-man shield.
All right.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be
Corrosive onto Kaysani. Bunch of move speed on collapse, but they don't want to commit.
I'm not sure if I've been super impressed with the IO Slardar here in this game, at least so far. I guess like Storm gained to level 6 makes it kind of tough. You can't really go on him that effectively.
Yeah, and I think Storm just on paper is like a pretty good lane matchup because you don't really want to run in and go for bashes when you can just drop a remnant and nuke you back and right click you with his passive.
I guess the turning point is more about like the Slardar being able to initiate, and then the IO like follows up with somebody.
Yeah, I think the IO Slardar with the Haunt backing him up can make some good plays here in the mid game.
A lot of heroes converging on mid. Yatoro, he has Haunt available. Will not use it.
The game can't handle these
too many
frames.
Spiralings. They're all getting blade mailed. Oh my god. Okay, Spectre is dead. That much is confirmed. Mars will also die.
Turnaround now.
With the relocate, Funnick thinks about challenging, but they're going to teleport right back to the top lane.
Interesting. Yeah, playing against Disruptor, it hurts.
It hurts the computers.
That's true too.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess it just sort of goes to show like how quickly things can turn like that. Now it's a 2,000 gold lead. It was a nice catch.
Nice setup. One of the brood. I mean, we talked about how little cats they have to kill this brood. It's really being tested here in the.
You have failed the test.
Yeah, that's a no boots brood. I mean, the hero typically doesn't go for the boots. Just getting away. Yeah. Cold snap, all they really have there.
Yeah, and this is supported bad, and there's no way you're getting a silence off before she casts new webs, or here in the mid lane she doesn't even need to cast new webs.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
How do you feel about the Diffusal first item for the Broodmother? What does that indicate in terms of her game plan, or is that just always the default these days?
I would say it indicates just ready to fight, go for kills.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I don't know if it's the default these days.
I don't think, yeah, I feel like Diffusal fell off for everyone.
Yeah.
I think maybe part of the idea is like if you're gonna blow up just one target, getting Diffusal Manta when there's a jump from Slardar, that's sometimes enough to like either incapacitate the Viper so he can't get another toxin out maybe, or you could like just blow up one of the supports really quickly. It's like it's a cheap blow up item, I feel like.
But I thought Medallion was the go-to cheap blow-up item for a Broodmother these days.
No, for Spectre I'm talking about.
Oh.
The Diffusal blade.
Oh, no. I was talking about Diffusal on the
got it.
Broodmother.
Never mind then.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that A5 shield
Yeah.
got so many spiders. Yeah, Spectre completed the Blade Mail first. I
thought you were saying she was going for it next, but she's getting treads.
Yeah. And still a lot of movement on the mid lane. Uh-oh. Arena Glimpse.
IO.
No relocate. Rip.
Damn, dude. It is not looking good right now for Yellow Submarine. Game is hard.
Cold Snap onto the Viper.
Definitely going to call that
Just
back.
got damage problems. All three of their cores having a bit of a rough time now. But initially it was just Spectre doing well.
It's all good. Toronto Tokyo has the Meteor Hammer online.
Alright.
Meteor Hammer Invoker.
Go indeed. Always a fun one.
Push problems are solved.
I think it causes other problems, though.
Does it, though?
No. Push problem lockdown on Brood problem solved.
Also solved, yeah.
They're solving all kinds of problems here.
He kind of needs, like, a blink or something to get on top of the Brood right away, though, right? Because, like, Brood can kind of run away enough from the tornadoes that you might not get your Meteor Hammer off.
Someone needs a blink for sure. Hopefully Collapse is working on it on this Slardar. And yeah, after completing Tranquil Boot's drums, looks like that will be his next time. Boom. Push problem solved.
I just wanted to see Collapse having, like, a Meteor Hammer queued up, too.
I actually am curious what the most Meteor Hammers on a team in a competitive game is.
I think I saw Liquid do 3 once.
Really? I think the most I've ever seen is 2, but 3 would be hype.
They were doing it intentionally.
I imagine that. Yeah, I imagine there's a game where a team just because they're winning by so much to need ball like 4 or 5
yeah,
probably.
sure.
I bet a game like that exists.
3,000 gold lead. Pulling it back a little bit again for Yellow Submarine.
Man, Spectre's still hanging on to this broom handle. I'm pretty sure they found an Iron Talon on Radiant, but she's chilling. Just has to stay in the jungle. Because, yeah, no one on their team can do Broodmother duty except for Spectre. So she just has to stay in the mid lane.
Yeah, even like Invoker at this point, it's just not very solid. But yeah, I like this move here by Yellow Submarine. You know, push out that top lane, get the tier 2 tower, secure the outpost afterwards, and you can sort of be set up for Roche. Especially with the Slardar, like you just want to do it. But
They're hunting. They want the Spectre.
Kaysani has something coming in on his courier. I don't know if he has the full Orchid, but he does have a regen rune. It is the full Orchid. Sweet. So they want to show this off. There are lots of Radiant heroes up here.
regen rune and Orchid.
There's a glimpse. So bad, cannot find someone to tether to. Will get stuck to a tree and he will go down.
So they still have regen. Orchid back off cooldown in 10.
And what's the glimpse? Oh, never mind.
Just gonna run. Interesting. So they're doing that to try and secure the bounties.
And it works. They get both the bounties on the Radiant side. Now a challenge. Orchid comes in, long zip. Blade Mail will return a little bit of the damage, but it doesn't matter. Ownage.
I like these, moves that get a kill but also secure bounty runes. The bounty runes ultimately give you more team gold than maybe the kill does.
Yeah.
There's not leaving him alone.
Nope. Toronto Tokyo under siege. Deafening Blast gonna push him back a little bit, but that God's Rebuke slows him down. Aphotic Shield gives the Dispel. And now it looks like Leave Me Alone? Let Me Alone? What's this?
Lil me alone.
Lil Me Alone.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Lil Me Alone. Glimpse back.
Okay. Already used Arena. Set a spear. Pinned to nothing.
Just style points.
Yeah.
A little showing off a little bit.
I don't think they need to be here right now. This is a greedy move.
Wow,
Yeah,
that Broodmother
great.
went like 500 units in half a second climbing up that cliff.
This is where just having no stuns makes it so hard. But they will catch at least a Disruptor, maybe one more. All right. Both supports going down.
But that is a Haunt cooldown used. Which,
Yeah.
for what it's worth, right now, I mean, 2 kills for a Haunt is not bad.
I guess.
Yeah, absolutely worth it, I would say. But it's still, you don't feel like it was what you were hoping for.
Yeah, and they can't take any objectives off of that. They can't Roche off of that. It all happened on the southern side of the map, so...
She's going Manta Diffusal, though, for Broodmother, which is kind of crazy. I was, like, fully talking about Spectre when we were talking about them, but she's actually doing it. Have you guys seen that before?
I mean, it's an outdated build, I feel. I have not seen it in a very long time. Usually I see Solar Crest. Ags fell off. Ags was super popular initially, but now it seems like more like a second, third item.
Okay.
But Diffusal Manta is definitely rare.
I feel like the Diffusal Manta was never a Brood build. It was always Diffusal into
It was
other
very
items.
situational, yeah.
Manta was very rarely fought in conjunction with the Diffusal on Brood.
It's like if you were playing against a tree or something.
Yeah, it was bought as like a
Dispel,
fourth,
right.
fifth item just for, Dispel against, exactly, the tree or something similar.
Yeah, and there's not even, like, who do you really care to mana burn with your 2 extra mana burning illusions?
Yeah, I mean, you're looking more at the stats combined with the Dispel against things like Cold Snap, I guess.
Yeah,
The
that's
Corrosive
true.
Haze. It is a good Manta game for sure.
Well, it's got a nice little army of spiders there, but...
Does she? Oh, okay. Most of them live, but the Spiderites will die.
So, like, this is the thing that always just feels so weird about these Brood games. If you're not completely stomping, it's like, even with 7k gold lead right now, what are they doing? How are they, like, securing their advantage?
Yeah. Usually what it is to give one of your late game carries a bunch of space, because you're keeping the enemy team busy by doing Brood things. But here, their latest game hero is Storm Spirit.
Right.
And he wants to also participate with get kills, which is why they smoke up right now.
Oh, get in there, Toronto. Tokyo. They're just going to sort of farm the side here.
And I think HellRaisers know they've got to respect that IO relocate can come in any time, so they can't overextend too much.
Is under attack.
Yeah, Yellow Submarine's playing this like perfectly. They've got Relocate being able to take IO +1 hero. They got Spectre with Haunt, so they're just staying on far sides of the map. But if you show the IO, Kaysani might take advantage of it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Could relocate.
He's
Could
out of
stick
mana.
around.
He's dead?
Oh no, they took a Philosopher's Stone. I don't know if anyone caught that.
What? Oh, never mind.
That is the Static Storm. And underneath the break. And the relocate out.
Are they really trying to stick around with this storm here?
Yeah, they're kind of low on the HellRaisers side.
Wow, Haunt comes out before the relocate even returns, and now Yataro going aggressive. Kaysani will zip out, but the arena comes down, and that'll be an arena where Mars just might die himself. Narrowly gets out, but they will finish the job.
There were 4 heroes in that arena, and he didn't hit one with the spear.
He just wanted to GTFO. And wow, solid team fight. Initially was an initiation by the Storm Spirit onto the IO. IO survived that Orchid, and then they were just ready to rumble.
Yeah.
And now, outpost taken before 20 minutes and straight into the pit. You could not ask for a better fight on Yellow Submarine.
They're not just back in it, but they're in control all of a sudden. The gold may not be in their favor, but if they get Aegis here, this entire net worth difference is just in the Brood's net worth, and they're hitting all their key items.
It's happening.
Brood's marching in.
Yeah, can they kill this Brood fast enough? This actually could be catastrophic.
Wait, they're all lifted.
Great tornado to stall.
Oh god, Corrosive Haze is on it. Storm Spirit wants to
He went too
challenge
early,
it.
though.
In there.
He got
Roach
back.
bash.
Oh,
Oh my god,
no.
going down. So bad, kill them. The IO. Oh my god,
Collapse
they
got the
steal
Aegis,
the
too.
Aegis. Unbelievable. Spear through
Oh
the
no,
pits.
yeah, the pit's walls are so unreliable.
Good static storm
Yeah.
down.
IO
Still
buys
doing
back.
it. They killed Spectre.
Okay. 2 dead now. Oh my god, Yellow Submarine. completely turning this around, and now Nyx is kind of like stuck here in no man's land.
They have the haze on him, so they know exactly where he is.
Chase down.
Meanwhile, Lil goes down to Toronto, Tokyo. They're chasing him. Blink up 1 second.
Get me out. Oh, that would have been a nice play. He tried to blink with the Manta Illusions.
Wow. So Roche goes down. Radiant take it. End a mega kill streak. And all it costs them is an IO buyback.
And that's Aegis still on Slardar too, right? Like,
yeah.
He can just go in now. Oh my god, Yellow Submarine. Big players.
Yeah, I don't know if whether it was Roshan or Slaughter just had a bash ready for Storm, but that's Storm. The second he zipped in, the Roche pit just got bashed and was getting wailed away on by Roche himself.
Yeah, it was rough timing.
That's what happens.
And now the game is leaning Yellow Submarine favored. They have a net worth advantage, but it's narrow on HellRaisers right now. And like you said, God, it's all the Broodmother. That's really the only difference here.
2200 gold on the Invoker after Meteor Hammer Glimmer. Glimmers, have you guys seen that before?
Glimmer's becoming a lot more popular on core heroes in general. I think just this kind of stats it's giving you, and cores are just like, yeah, I'm okay buying this. And getting an early Glimmer, it just puts a lot of pressure on the other team to always have detection.
Specifically, cores having detection, because like Invoker is very susceptible to getting solo killed, especially by a Storm Spirit. And Storm Spirit has slot issues. He doesn't really want to have to carry dust around, especially later on in the game.
It kind of seems like the replacement for like what some heroes would do with like a casual hood.
No.
Although I mean, it's kind of different. It's not the same heroes who buy the Glimmer. It's aren't heroes that bought the casual hood, but it's like to me, it's a similar idea where it's like this just cost-effective item that gives you survivability,
attack speed.
Yeah, I mean, the attack speed's nice, magic resistance, blocks some damage when you pop it too.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
And just getting it early, like because your supports can't always get one at a reasonable time. Both Radiant supports kind of struggling to get any items or farm progression at this point.
Need a stone. That's the only solution.
Yeah, wait, so can we take a look at the neutral items? Because basically during that top fight, Spectre daggered through an easy camp and ended up getting a Philosopher's Stone, but she just kept plowing through. So I don't know if anyone picked it up. Does not look like anyone picked it up. So yeah, is it still? No, it's still lying there. Oh my god! Oh, you hate to see it. Leave an S tier item just lying around there.
No.
Yeah, that's what happens.
If they get that on Yellow Submarine instead.
Yeah, that IO or either of those supports would love that right now.
Totally.
Dude, Disruptor would be thrilled. What does he have? A Keen Optic? I mean, I'd turn it down. It's their easy camp, so let's see if anyone ever bumbles their way into there.
The heck? This was left behind. Oh, here we go. Wait, was that an okay pause? Alright.
So Age is still online on the Slardar for like another 3 minutes or so, but Dire's gonna smoke up, looking for a fight. All the ultimates are available, and they're gonna get a straight arena, interrupt that Meteor Hammer, and no Glimmer Cape for you.
Yeah, that was too easy. That was way too easy. Just gets completely demolished there. And still nobody. The Philosopher's Stone.
No, I'm just keeping my eyes glued to that mini-map to see if anyone makes their way over there.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That ward was envisioned,
Dire's
essentially.
structures are fortified.
And the big question now as well is, like,
is
are you able to reclaim that momentum that you had on HellRaisers? Things kind of fell apart over the last couple of minutes, but it's not, like, outside of the realm of possibility that they could start sort of regaining a grip on this game.
A yellow hero. Who's Mars? Lil? Oh, come on, man.
Go find it!
You've got a blink dagger. Yeah. Oh.
Oh. You know, it's hiding behind the.
It is
behind
hiding. The
kobolds.
kobolds. They're keeping it safe.
You have to kill them, and then you find it. Special treasure.
Manta completed on the Spectre. So you got a way to get out of this Orchid now. Or if you're a MLG player, then maybe a way to get out of Glimpse also.
They're just farming the jungle so much faster right now on HellRaisers.
Yeah, I think that's one things with Brood. Even mid to late game, you can just maintain that kind of farm advantage, even if it doesn't directly feel like a lead.
Tornado. Meteor Hammer does not connect. Neither does the Slitherine Crush collapse A little bit too slow on the draw.
Just cold snap. Right?
That's actually a good point. Yeah, especially if you have the Slardar right after, then cold snap over Meteor Hammer for sure.
No. He wanted to be cool, though. And he is cool. Toronto, Tokyo, the man, the legend. When he hits that one, it's going to be beautiful.
Viper? No one wants to farm the easy camp. God, Viper's such a slow hero. He's 320 move speed with boots.
Dire's courier has been killed.
I won't find it.
Oh, the courier's going to fly over it, but there's no way he's checking that. The tension is killing me.
We'll get there. We'll get through this. I believe in us. Oh, nice. Crush, bash. Oh. Okay. Well, that's fine. Might be able to get over here on the side with Lil. Good for the chase down.
Sure, it's fine for Lil anymore.
No. Definitely not.
Oh, they're going to fight this without him, or maybe play around the buyback.
No, they got a net on the IO, but he manages to get Aphotic Shield and tethered away. Meteor Hammer crashes onto nothing, but Toronto Tokyo is eating a ton of damage, goes into Ghost Walker, Glimmer Cape. He's going to survive. Lil buys back, but not before the Disruptor dies. And now Nick's in trouble, and the Slardar will kill the Viper as well.
They're just running at each other right now. 30 kills so far. 25 minutes as the Aegis is going to be reclaimed, and still kind of unclear how this is going to end up working out. You have both teams kind of with these like late game-ish compositions, but then problems in the mid game.
Yeah, neither team's like this strong pushing force that will just take objectives, and theoretically I think Spectre becomes the ultimate late game carry, but we'll see if Spectre gets there.
Collapse, taking a lot of damage underneath that Alacrity, but the Glimmer Cape will save him as well as the Ice Wall. Arena comes out.
Nice Arena.
Sticks people in, but...
Yeah, no follow-up.
No follow-up, but the Glimpse takes him back, so Slardar will die in the end. Relocate. Managed to take out the Invoker, I believe?
I think they're just going to leave Io here to die.
Dire's
HellRaisers will continue to find some nice pickoffs. Okay.
Okay. So kind of legitimizes Lil's buyback on the Mars then, being able to get that kill on the Slardar and the IO. And that was the dieback from IO's Roche fight also, so IO's out of the game for quite a while. And now Bloodstone completed for the Storm Spirit.
Yeah. That's the thing. Talking about the Spectre as the big late game carry, I feel like Storm can kind of be that too with how few disables there are in this game. Storm in the late game is going to be very scary.
Did someone farm? No, god damn it. Dude, Disruptor! It's an easy camp. Don't you love to farm easy camps?
It's going to be there till the end of time.
Dude, it'll be the best easy camp of his life.
Lil?
Nah.
Oh! They got it.
They got it.
Nice.
They got it.
Amazing.
Philosopher's Stone dropped here.
So, here's the big question that I've got. Like, if you are looking at the Storm Spirit late game, you talk about him being able to like do a ton of damage, but there's also the question of like, how do you go one-on-one against the Spectre? Do you just hope that everybody else is dead, then you can just tag team her,
I don't think you're going on the Spectre. You're trying to snipe. I think your priority list is IO is public enemy #1 for the Storm Spirit. Then Invoker would probably be #2. Maybe Abaddon, but I don't really think you can kill an Abaddon quickly enough unless you manage to get Abaddon underneath the Viper break and you silence the Abaddon so he can't get borrowed time off at all. Okay, why does he keep going for this? This might work. Nope.
He has not hit one.
Yeah. The timing, the lift timing duration is just not enough.
All right, well, Io, okay. Good relocate out. Maposhka gonna pop his ulti and then just TP away afterwards. But
clumsy net.
Nicely played.
The clumsiest of nets.
And they're relocating back in.
He's glimmered. They don't have detection. He tethers out. Big plays.
Oh my god, are they both gonna die now? Okay, looks like they should be good. Only gonna be able to get the IO.
They'll keep taking these kills, but the difference is kind of shrinking as yellow submarines get closer and closer in net worth.
And this extra like 4K gold on Spider Lady is not like the scariest thing in the world at this point either.
Yeah.
Neither is this Viper. He's got Atos like Lotus. Like, what does this guy even do?
That's it. He Atoses and he Lotuses.
Right? Like, it's just your Spectre, I guess.
Yeah, but even she's got a Manta. And 4K gold in the bank, and she will be going for that BKB, like you guys mentioned. Not a typical build for a Spectre, but whenever you have to deal with Arena, whenever you have to deal with a break from the Viper, definitely a legitimate item.
You can try and win the game now if you're Yellow Submarine. Just like shut it down, because all these heroes are useless on HellRaisers with BKB out, right? To me, that makes the most sense. But they're gonna see that this Roche is being taken. But I don't know if they can get here in time.
Nope. Although Yellow Submarine's skeptical. Storm jumps in. Oh, the blind Arena.
Oh, Lil.
Nice dodge by Yellow Submarine to leave that Roche hanging. And that's one big cooldown out of commission. Yatoro still has his BKB, his fresh BKB, so even if HellRaiser still wants to challenge.
I mean, it's really hard to challenge now, right? Maybe not. Maybe they can still do it.
Yeah, when Roche gets this low, it's very scary, intense for both teams.
So one thing that certain teams would do is they would just smoke out to try and kill the team that's out there no matter what. And that way they at least force them back, or they like trade hits and then they're too low HP to try and go and get Roche or something. But
Glimpse on Pajkatt as well as the silence and the break, but he doesn't even need to cast borrow time because the Glimmer Cape. Down will go the Disruptor. Buyback comes out immediately. Kaysani's dead. He'll buyback as well. The Viper's gonna die as well. Well, he doesn't have the gold for buyback. Catastrophic for HellRaisers. Kaysani jumps in, but his whole team's MIA. And that is an expensive fight with no kills in return. 4 kills, 2 buybacks, 0 Aegises claimed.
I had like negative faith. I had so little faith that they were going to be able to do this, but like it looked like they're well on their way to doing it now.
No, that's a blink. There's no disable.
Get there in time.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
But yeah, it's not looking nearly as scary right now for HellRaisers. They just find another one.
Ugh, that's a dieback death.
You see this 10th pick Brood and just think, oh man, this game's going to be incredibly rough for the other team, and is not felt that way at all for Yellow Submarines.
Oh my god, will he Meteor Hammer again? Just Cold Snap, dog. Oh, nice Arena.
Dude, that was sick.
That was a great Arena by Lil.
Yeah.
He'll pay for it with his life most likely, but a worthy sacrifice. As actually the Viper also wants to join. Hey, Kaysani.
Whoa.
We just saved you. You want to die?
Nobody has buyback as well. This is getting worrying.
That is
He also does not have buyback. He's dead 100
what?
seconds.
Seconds.
Okay, Yellow Submarines just break the game wide open and are going to be going high ground off of this.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You gotta imagine they're looking to close at least one lane of Rex out.
Well, from 0 to heroes. I don't know what changed. Like, not much felt different as far as item-wise or other things. It was just like, you know, go, 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 go. It felt like that's what it was.
Were you saying not much change in terms of, like, from where to where? Are you, like,
Well,
what are the time frames that you're saying not much has changed?
Like, over the past 5 minutes, it felt like there was, like, slow and steady kind of improvements going on for Yellow Submarine, but it never felt like it was something where all of a sudden everybody's dead with no buyback.
True.
You know? Like, that fight, I feel like, should not have happened that way. It was too many, like, freebies.
I think this is the first example that we've seen on 5-on-5 engagements, and Yellow Submarine just seem infinitely more coordinated in their team fights than HellRaisers do. HellRaisers was just like buying back piecemeal. Yep. They're not really having like a clear initiation. Like Lil jumped in for that blind Arena, which I don't blame him for. But then after that, they're like, I mean, we could still probably take this fight. And Storm Spirit tries to jump in. Broodmother's trying to like find picks, but there doesn't seem to be a clear target in mind. And I think that's like the biggest change, I suppose.
Yeah, their team fight is just, especially with their core, it just feels like Luster. It's so single target focused with the Brood and the Storm. That it really, Mars and Disruptor have these big AoE ultimates, but it really just comes from this support duo.
Right. That hero that you would normally have that like sets the tempo and has like low cooldown skills that can kind of control people, that's a Broodmother. And then you have a offlane Viper.
Yep.
So Viper is not the answer, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, these three cores together just don't really complement each other, I feel. They're each good in their own right in this specific game, but yeah. Nice. School aim.
Oh,
no!
Okay.
from downtown.
What a they're
GG
done.
disconnect.
Oh my god.
Nyx is done.
Yeah.
No. Lil and Funny. What's going on, guys?
Give him a hug, King R, quickly.
I
Get the
thought
blanket.
Nyx was supposed to be the calm one on this team.
No,
He's
that was
the one
King
who-
R.
Yeah, that's right. You're right, King R.
Get in the blanket.
Give him the blanket. Because
The
that
comfort.
was
The weighted blankets make him feel
Yeah.
nice
True.
and cozy.
Oh, those are
yeah.
rough game one.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was like, I mean, they started off just fine. They had the Brood plan going
Which,
along,
as
but
Broodmother games typically go, they usually start off just
Yeah.
fine. But then,
I guess that they didn't get enough of a lead. That was a problem. Like, Spectre was able to get off to a really, like, above-average start, I guess.
I'm always skeptical of Broodmother games whenever they do not have someone to make space for.
Right.
There was no one to make space for. Storm wants to play with the team. And so Broodmother's like, all right, I guess you can just come to my lane. And whenever there's not someone who's like on the other side of the map, who's completely being unaffected because your Broodmother is making so much space, then usually I'm like, yeah, if you don't win in 25 minutes, then this is curtains. But we will pop over to a quick break before we break down a little bit more of game number 1 for the Monster Energy Dota Summit 13 Europe group stage.